Hi everyone, my name is Elbaz and I will present my project today called Traveling Homelands. Current scholarship tends to think of Palestinian literature within area studies, a regional culture rooted in the Middle East and written in Arabic. However, since the mass exodus of 1948, also known as the Nakba, Palestinian writers have been scattered all around the world, while some remained in Palestine or in what later became Israel. This map gives you an idea and the scope of the global Palestinian literary system. What you are seeing are the itineraries of 40 Palestinian writers on a timeline, starting from the late 19th century till today. The endemic fracturing of national cultural heritage gradually resulted in pockets of distinct yet overlapping cultural production, with each Palestinian community developing its own lexicon, its own metaphors, and literary tropes. The 40 writers were chosen from all corners of the literary system. They are from different Palestinian communities, different genders, different generations, genres, and different literary status, from the most known and canonical writers to the more marginalized and local writers. As such, the project suggests to rethink of Palestinian literature as a global, multilingual literary system that is major, not minor, yet non-hegemonic. My main research question is, why do certain Palestinian texts receive a global status while other texts remain local, perhaps untranslatable? For example, let's compare Hassan Kanafani, a Palestinian author who lived in multiple places in exile, and Samih al-Qasim, a poet who remained in the north of the country for most of his life. And this map shows you their different itinerary. This slide visually shows how Kanafani's corpus has been more widely translated in overall numbers and beyond the major languages of the West, unlike al-Qasim. My project asks, can the language writers use be the reason for the discrepancy? I use natural language processing tools to identify the poetic categories that would indicate the translatability of each text. Using Katma, my team and I tag poems and short stories in different languages to indicate the sets of words that would be particular to Palestinian spaces, politics, and languages, while also paying attention to transnational content such as feelings and metapoetics. After standardizing our sets of tags manually, we are now ready to experiment with these tags on thousands of texts. The team and I are now building a repository of machine-readable texts, first by building a database comprising of all published works by these 40 authors, then OCRing these texts. Then we can find answers to questions such as, is there a correlation between the frequency of untranslatable words and texts that remain untranslated? Or is it the opposite, a correlation between the local content and the texts that receive international circulation? What is the role of political language in the dispersion of Palestinian literature? And what is the relationship between the personal and the political? I hope to extend this project to a final step, searching this repository for allusions to other texts from world literature, from the Quran and Hebrew Bible to Marcel Proust, positioning each text within its intertextual network would shed light on the correlation between poetic dialogue and global reception.